Philip is a mature man who seems to lead a quiet life. One day, he receives a call informing him of the death of Carol, a girlfriend from his youth. The family wishes to hold an immersive apology, and for this, they need people who knew her in her younger years. Philip doesn't quite understand what this apology entails, but he agrees to receive the kit with instructions, reserving the decision of whether or not to participate. He receives a package containing a small device. The instructions indicate that he should place it on his head and concentrate on Carol to access his memories. However, he hasn't thought about her in many years, and he finds it difficult to evoke her face. The device suggests he look for photographs to facilitate the process. Philip finds 3 old photos. He places the device on his head and looks at the first one, but the image isn't very clear. The device recommends he enter the photo to remember better. Instantly, a woman appears with the voice of the device, who introduces herself as his guide. The photo was taken the day they met. Philip is a young man, but Carol is facing away, and her face isn't clearly visible. For this reason, they exit the photo. The second photo is from a party. Philip remembers that this was the first night they spent together. Unfortunately, it's not a memory they would want to share at Carol's wake. The third photo isn't useful either, but it motivates Philip to look for others that he had avoided using at first. Although he never had the courage to throw away Carol's photos, he had cut or scratched out all the images of her face, trying to forget her completely. Now we understand that Philip was very much in love with her and could never forgive her for leaving him without any explanation after 3 years of relationship. They enter a photo where Carol's face is crossed out. Although he begins to remember more things, he still can't visualize her face. They enter other photos, and the guide begins to question certain attitudes that Philip had at that time. Apparently, he made a couple of decisions that didn't make Carol happy, but he didn't realize it then. He remembers a trip Carol took for work and how, one night after drinking, he slept with another girl while she was away. Then they take a photo of the restaurant where Philip proposed to her. He remembers that she simply left. At that moment, the guide confesses that she is a representation of Carol's daughter and that her mother had left because she was pregnant with another man, and that she was also devastated. The situation becomes tense, and Philip asks to exit that memory. As a last resort, he takes an old camera and develops the roll of film, hoping to find a photo with Carol's face. There's nothing he wants more in the world than to see her again. However, he only finds a photo he took after what happened at the restaurant. He had trashed the room and found nothing useful. The only thing that caught his attention was a letter marked with his name that was lying on the floor, which he tried to pick up but couldn't. He exits the memory and, while shaking out a magazine, he finds the letter. In it, Carol confesses her pregnancy and asks him to stay together despite being pregnant with another man's child because she loves him. Unfortunately, he never read the letter, and they never saw each other again. He searches for a cassette containing a recording of a musical piece that Carol had played for him. He looks at one of the first photos he used unsuccessfully minutes before to enter the memory again. The melody intensifies his memory, and finally he manages to see Carol's face, young and beautiful as the day he fell in love with her.